This map is going to highlight the difference between how these two teams want to play defense. PRX is a team that loves playing flood retake, heavy fighting onto sites, putting tons of util into their anchors. Whereas Fnatic, when they're playing the Sage comp, you're almost always going to see them back up, play these set retakes with the wall that they're super highly successful for. So I think a lot of this game is going to come down to PRX in their post plans, how much space they can take to deny those strong Fnatic retakes.
And when you say that, I mean, obviously, are we going to see something taking those aggro fights? But notably, Jing on the Omen, the difference between these two comps is the Sage passivity and the Omen aggression. And I'm going to be looking at Jing, seeing where he's playing in those post plans and what fights he's taking.
How does that Omen really shift the game, right? Because the smokes are very different than just a solo Viper comp.
It really opens up everyone to take fights, because when you have that second controller, now the Viper's like, okay, they don't really need my wall for the post plant too much, because if I go down, then the Omen can smoke. And that works both ways, right? If the Omen goes down, the Viper can play the wall. So it opens up actually everyone to make all these aggressive fights, which is just so good for the PRX style.
And it's also Jing playing it, so you know he's going to be a guy who's going for those individual plays as well. It gives some of that kind of opportunity to double TP in, go for your own stuff with the paranoia too, outside of just the strength the agent brings.
All right, well, Mel, thank you so much for joining us here, but for now, let's send it back over to your casters and see if Fnatic can come back into this one and tie the series 1-1. Back over to you, Brennan Sideshow.
We're about to find out here on Icebox. It's territory here for Fnatic. If you think about it in a certain sense like that. It is a best of 5, and the double map ban advantage is on the side of PRX, but they're not done yet. They've shown that resilience, that grit. They've dug deep this entire event to make it here to this point right now.
They've always been one loss away from elimination. I think this, though, this map does feel like a bit of a must-win for Fnatic. The one after this, Pearl, which is Fnatic's permaban, is where PRX are taking us. So Fnatic have got to get out to a good start here and equalize the series if they want a serious chance of picking up another one of those trophies. In this half, be expecting PRX to be contesting space. Think about the way that they made it difficult for Fnatic to get room on their attack side. I mean, this, for example, a triple face, super committed from PRX. Hoping maybe just to find Alpha, taking a timing. He's normally going to be the solo player on A if the rest of the team is working B. But Fnatic are just trying to figure out which part of the map PRX are playing for. Where are they fighting? And this is a silent way of fighting.
Yeah.
Here.
Slow siege. Tripled up.
Here they come.
Hoping that someone springs this trap, and they have. Alpha catches wind of it.
And immediately this PRX triple face evaporates, dissolves, leaving only Forsaken and Jing. And even Jing actually leaving the A site entirely, ready for the reaction of Fnatic into B.
God, that spike, and they're just seeing it as well. Crashies is trying to take that timing forwards. Devi shuts it down before it gets a little bit messy here. Side control still a little bit all over the place. And there's a timing here, Monster! Can't get the shots lined up, can't get it in order. PRX are walking all over them right now.
A nice pistol round, the first one for PRX in the series. They didn't need either of them on Sunset. It was a tight one, but they managed to get it over the line. This idea works perfectly against the way that Fnatic are going to be taking these slow-paced fights. You set up to punish people as they're contacting in.
No more.
The Fnatic coach is not too happy with how that one's gone, but know that things are still winnable even without a pistol. And Fnatic start out in a pretty similar way. Forsaken grabs the ult orb over towards A. There's a smoke up on Belt that stops you from being able to contest this angle early. And on B, Batman trying to hold a pretty aggressive position and punish you if you try to take B main for free.
And they go on wandering. Oh boy, punished for it! Devi is rolling heads off shoulders. Backup is right there by his side. Clean sweep.
Can't be getting 3 from that position with only a Sheriff. That's ridiculous. Halfway up almost to getting his lockdown online. What a shot on the first one. Barely see anything of Boaster's head. And another demonstration that PRX are going to take fights. Plenty of players in that spot would see many people in mid and just back up. Allow the turret to be broken and worry about Kitchen instead. No, PRX are going to contest that space and force you to earn it. Something with an off online in round 3. Something walking up with the off in round 3.
Want to be held here, off angle. Could be shots rattled, and yeah, one to the dome. Something is the one. Dropped in his place, Boaster. Calling for a pause on the rest of the troops, no more exploration.
It's a massively important kill, but Boaster's got to know that there's another player behind that.
Deploying drone.
Drone being used by Fnatic. Clears out a lot of the site. Jing, though, is laying in wait. Time to strike might be nigh. There's a wall up onto the one side of it. Slow up, rattled. Walls up, though. Time to fight! They're just trying to tip-tap. Guardian in hand. Can't settle the recall enough here. Wall's going to be dropping down. Open access to these fights. Devi is still here, still kicking. The snake bite not connecting. Forsaken trying to assist the best he can, but as util used to clear him out in spades. Fnatic.
No charges left.
Slowly, it's a glacial pace. Patman trying to stop this one in his tracks, though. Snake bite.
30 seconds left.
Ricocheting. Forces an uncomfortable planting spot. It's a 2v2 still. PRX. Access towards it, drifting in. Kayak! Goddamn single digits. Him and Patman trying to take this one. Patman snaps to Kayak's dome. One left to start. Patman lights him up.
What a beast in the clutch this newcomer to PRX is. He's won some mightily important 1vx's. And here dismisses the rookie on the other side of the stage before taking down a player with a ton of experience too. The Red Bull clutch to win the bonus in a spot where it looked like Fnatic actually were in control, but the more that they went forward to try to get the plant down, the more they opened up opportunities. Boaster, he opens, but couldn't close. Alex is happy about that one. The more Flood defend aggressive style really is working here for PRX. Fnatic are finding it difficult.
Big drone, it's broken early. Crashies was just looking to clear that space. They know that something has been taking liberties.
I think it was a shock dart there as well that did a pretty large chunk of damage.
Oh yeah, cancelled it.
Alpha's going to try to work his way up to you, but it's difficult. Devi's got his full setup here.
Paranoia trying to refight this one. A crunching Fnatic. Slow take. Stopped in his tracks once more. Forsaken. Pushing them back and away. PRX are not content with just scraps. They want to go even further. Forwards again. Damage. Kayak!
I got the spike.
Might have just brought this one back from the brink. His weapons abound, but 8 HP to do it all. And Devi not eager to lose that chance.
Another spot where Kayak probably isn't anticipating Devi swinging. Most people are going to play a 2v1, a lot more cautious than that. But PRX are finding the right timings today to put pressure on Fnatic in unexpected ways. These are the risks, the gambles that PRX have taken and honestly have in some previous tournaments been punished for. But this time, today, it is really working. Fnatic's coach is already deciding to take a tactical timeout. We are seeing these really early on in the halves. I think Alex talked a little bit about it during the coach's interview, the fact that he was already out of them by the time it got to crunch time, you know, like 11-11 kind of stuff at the end of Sunset. The pressure hitting early on.
And having to stop that momentum that PRX have. Not within its tracks, but it's hard to do against a freight train going to Mach 10 speeds. That's what PRX are playing like. Lights out, determined to be the ones to lift that trophy.
The only team to really put a halt on it was Gen G way earlier on. And honestly, since then, the train has just been accelerating all the way through that upper bracket. It's really difficult to stop a team that has momentum like this when they're feeling confident and are going for peaks at unexpected times. You've got to be ready for anything against PRX. And what's frustrating in this tournament, I would imagine, is that it's at quite different timings compared to usual. Here's an adjustment. Snake bite.
Ooh.
And a shot and a half there to delete Jing.
Snaps up. Jing is gone.
So they've denied Forsaken getting that Hunter's Fury online and found themselves in a 5v4. Couldn't ask for a better beginning for Fnatic.
Push, that's a cheeky one, Patman. I don't want to overstay yourself though. Drones forward, something's going for another bite of the apple! And he evens the score.
I don't think that's too bad though for Fnatic. They do still have a res to be able to work around with. They're droning. Boaster's taking a little bit of space in mid. This is a risk.
Yeah, and he's pre-aiming the wrong spot here. Just spotted it. Something seen it. Out through the shoulder, dart against it. With a spam expecting the Boaster would cross out, and he's got out. He's got free. Alpha exploring on the other side. Device done. The spike in the hands of Chronicle. It's going to be a quick plant now.
Yeah, that's huge. Fnatic were anticipating that PRX would be denying the res, and so B would be more open. Instead, Devi was holding it and got deleted. Still a player advantage for Fnatic in the post plant.
An ADS stop, Alpha yet. Top form. Really trying to drag that first round on the board here for Fnatic. Brute force and mechanics. Exactly what they ordered. Forsaken's still going to be making a go at this one though. Alongside Patman, time though ticking. Spike. It's getting out of hands and push forwards. Pressed the advantage. Alpha yeah! Smelling blood in the water.
If he gets online, could be a very different game. I mean, he still played fantastically in the first map, don't get me wrong. But we've seen matches that Fnatic have been playing, honestly, not just at this tournament, but at the end of stage 1, 2, where he just took over.
One enemy.
In my opinion, probably front runner for MVP at this point, Alpha, yeah, but competing alongside Jing, maybe even Forsaken for that kind of title. They'll need him though. PRX still up 4-1.
Few ults online, Fnatic. Another bit of util, gotta respect that.
Yeah, that constant conditioning of taking the ult orb early is just forcing some level of utility to be used for Fnatic. This round, they decide not to use the snake bite, but have to use a slow orb instead.
Patman. Here's a drone. Side steps out of it, looking to take a timing rather than breaking it.
Yeah, he wants to play this aggressive. Again, think about the way that Forsaken, for example, was playing on Sunset. You want to force Fnatic to earn every inch.
All up, all down. Boaster sees an advantage and a spot to try and play in, but the first shot just missed. On either side here, smoke up in your face. And PRX re-exploring.
A completely empty here, Brent. PRX have got the right read to play it for retake.
Done through mid as a dash active. Kayak wants to try and go with it. Updraft over towards it. Alpha, my God, tapping away and snap into the domes of any adversary.
It's remarkable the consistency that he's got. Had to deal there with a player in a pretty unexpected position at bottom tube. Forced a 1v1 and came out the better end of it. Something's in a fairly unwinnable position. And again, Alpha yeah goes hunting at the end. He is thirsty. Got his lockdown online. So overall, as well on both sides to try to deal with it, so the Killjoys are not in a perfect position to be able to get value out of their ults. But this has knocked PRX's economy back after just 2 rounds. And the plays that they're going for, getting shut down. This one, not necessarily set up, but a pretty reasonable timing for Divide to go for. Trying to take an unexpected peek, knowing that was probably a 1v1, but just gets sat in his place by the Turkish aim god. It's incredible when you think about some of the changes that these teams have made. I mean, let's take it from Fnatic's perspective. Trying for another trophy without Leo and Durka, which I think people would have talked about them being absolutely fundamental parts of the reason that Fnatic were able to go back-to-back in 2023. But still able to rely on pillars of the team like Alpha yeah and Boaster's Calling, Chronicle 2. You know, this core has been able to plug in other pieces. A rookie of Kayak, a player looking for redemption like Crashies, and still have a chance, another chance at glory.
A testament, I think, to the quality of the core on Fnatic. HyperX will be trailing when it comes to that economy, but not with the rounds. They take the timeout, discuss what has been going wrong.
And I think, really, the type of fights that they've been going for, there's still a decent chance of success in these spots. But it's about getting Fnatic in situations and timings that they're not quite anticipating.
Oh, quick dash though, this is Fnatic.
Way
AC,
faster.
way faster. No one from HyperX to really receive. They might be able to get a few pot shots in potentially. Swinging wide as I say that, Devi. Around the corner already, but he's looking for that open sideline. Not going to be given too much. Just spots the one, even that repeat. Rattling shots on. Updraft now, knives in hand. Something going to clear the way and cleave. A path to victory. Kayak gone. Cut out the picture now. Swarm. The nano swarms themselves. Lockdown even being committed. HyperX are using this ult on ults. They realize it's winnable. Up towards the top though. Boaster needs to be managed. Bullet to the side. Sheriff's there. And he needs to try and break this one. No, Bullet surely is just there. And one detainment on it. Something sticking. Ult just yanked out of the back pocket. Anything to secure this round for Fnatic now. And they need it. Something trying to play his life to the final moments. The right click to no avail.
And a round win for Fnatic, though a costly one on an anti-eco. Having to use some pretty large ultimates there. But a lockdown utilized on both sides. Definitely felt winnable when something came in over the top. I can understand why HyperX would want to send it. They did, in fact, manage to break the lockdown coming through from Alpha.
Enemy remaining.
Unfortunately, weaponry just not quite good enough and not enough people caught in Devi's lockdown. This round, though, Forsaken, the end result of all of that, has that ult to empower the rest of his team to flood defend, and something with an op.
Being deep pushed by Jing as well.
His op was amazing earlier on in the tournament. We got to see him pull it out on Ascent, and he was working magic with it.
I have the spike.
I get his chance again, but hard to tell where Fnatic are looking to lead and end.
They're throwing down a slow orb over towards A, making it feel perhaps like they're taking early A control, and then Boaster leading them back towards B with three, sorry. Making sure that they're grouped up, able to trade out Patman if he goes for something wild.
Spotting Alpha. Just him even going for a bit of a fight towards Taken. I mean, he's lucky to be alive there.
That's so bold.
Pop it up onto the box. And the read is only coming in just now. HyperX realizing potentially a little bit late. Scattered bodies, but they're going to hit a wall now. Realize that they've missed their mark, potentially. Snap towards the top. Patman's still alive here. Something from the side. And Alpha wants to try and slink in himself. There's 28 seconds left, and they're getting cold feet. They're going to go towards A. It's all on Alpha.
Alpha's found a beautiful timing here. Might be able to catch something in the back, and he's already calling for Boaster to make the rotate around.
Absolutely, and he bites his time perfectly. Just deleting adversaries now. There's 14 seconds left. You've got to get a move on.
He's going to be able to get spiked down here, though, Boaster.
He's going forwards, a TP back behind as well, obfuscating the intent. Jing can really just put a stop to all of this right now, but Alpha, through mid, traded out, cleaned up. One left onto the site. Boaster is to try and put a stop to it, and the reflank as well occurring. Crashies drifting all the way in, and backs towards him. They are none the wiser as I say that. Device shuts me up. It's left down to Boaster, being squeezed onto the site. Devi and Jing tightening the net, spamming away, and they find their mark.
What awareness there from Devi towards the end. Crashy's knife out, trying to find the timing, almost perfect. And Devi just thinks to check behind for a moment towards screens. They haven't seen the Sova in a while. Look at that play though from Patman. Working his way forwards again, aggressively challenging as the plank goes down. Always forcing Fnatic to work for it. And inside the pit, great coordination from Devi. And Forsaken, I think it was towards the end. Just closing the net. Op back in the hands, something going aggro.
Yeah, straight down mid, but there's knives to meet him. Kayak is there, holding for the peak, the barrel, just poking out. Seems to be aware of the chance.
Has he spotted it?
I don't know. With the angles being played, he's definitely holding for it. He suspects it. Something going to overstep.
An inch further forward, and Kayak for sure would see it. There
snap.
gives away the hand.
Yeah. Just from the jump spot there, and an attempt at a punish. Shot trapped. No committal. Alpha is right there.
That's an insane adjustment from Alpha as well. Divide tries to swing into cover and gets deleted.
He's trying to plug up those gaps, but up through Kitchen they are none the wiser again. It's Kayak. Drifted in, walking in. Dash is active. Missed the timing. Caught it onto all of them. Kayak.
The patience in that moment.
Tears open the map. Fnatic, they realize they've got it at this point. Again, leaning hard on Alpha and Kayak to get it all done.
That's incredibly impressive, though. A reminder once more that this is Kayak's first global event. This is his first grand finals. It hasn't been that long since he won Ascension and started playing in the big leagues.
The money's not good. Something not long for this world at this point. Up put over towards the top. Kayak. Tasty little three-piece.
That's some unbelievable composure for a rookie player, though. That's the kind of timing that you would only expect somebody with a huge amount of experience to be able to pull off. And Jing just has no clue about that. It is a little rough when you watch it back from his POV. But the trigger discipline. Panic from Patman. And they've let things slip a little bit here. PRX down onto another eco, and Fnatic with a great opportunity to tie it up. Alpha even going for an attack off. You know that in these kind of rounds, PRX are going to be trying to challenge you. Trying to bait out that aggression from the defenders and punish is all about what Fnatic are going for here today.
Jing really being the only player that can do some damage in this spot. Bulldog ripped in his hands. He's got bodies with him too. PRX trying to hold this one down.
There was a potential for a timing on the other side of the map as well, but Patman denied it as Alfia reconnects with the rest of the squad. This is going to end A into 3 at least.
Yeah.
The stack is here.
See how this one goes. Darts being held as well for the signs of life. There's smokes on smokes. Propped up into the face, but all contact. Slow and steady is called for by Fnatic, and that's the time to strike. Well, the iron is hot, and they find their timing. Perched up, Kayak. Just dishing it all out now with the bullets.
Jing tucked in. Patman deleted on the flank.
There's not much that Jing can really do from this spot. I mean, surely, yeah, just a bulldog. Can't quite get it under control, and Kayak is the one online now. Take a look at this player. You said it, Josh. You would not expect this guy to be a rookie on this stage. But Icebox is his playground. It has been all tournament long.
Now you look at the two players that have been at the top of the scoreboard for Fnatic today. It's the same in map 1 and map 2. Alpha and Kayak finding their opportunities to be the playmakers as well. Opening up these rounds. From the entry and from the lurk. A reminder that Alfia brought an attack off into the previous round and he still got it here. So looking to try to shut down something if he was playing on A rafters. A pacey opening as well though. Taking this exec space quickly. Trying to punish Divide, for example, if he was going to be playing for the Orb, or Patman as well.
Jing has been prone for a little TP play or two. Alpha, slow as you go. Big boomstick in his hands. He's been lights out. All up though to try and slow this approach. PRX trying to stall this one out, but as a drone through, and Kayak is already
he's so aggro
up towards the top, and he spotted it. Players, but he's taking bullets in the process. Tucked to the corner. If he's going to be able to survive as a wall to try and at least block some of the bullets. Forsaken grabs himself too, crashes right back at it, but no coverage in through the back of the Sun. Jing, no time for overheating, Sun. Keep that gun out. 17 bullets.
Alpha just with an AWP.
Alpha would have to just absolutely light them up, but it's a guessing game for him. PRX at least keep hold of this lead that they've had, at least for most of this map.
These are the timings I'm talking about, though, Brent. You watch Crash's POV here towards the replay. He throws out a recon dart, which means the Chronicles alone get in the plant. He does an amazing job of picking up Divine and Forsaken, but he then thinks he has a timing to send utility, and he's not ready for Jing's fight. PRX take timings that are just slightly off, and they do catch teams napping.
This is going to be fun.
Can Fnatic tie things up at 6-6, or are PRX going to have the lead off the back of winning that pistol early?
On V-Op. Kayak. Jones going to be spotting it. Clears something off the line. Patman. Looking to clear, but yeah, reposts it back up. What a read by Fnatic.
Now that is gorgeous.
Hunter's Fury pulled out. Jing, he's in their spawn. He's already taken out Alpha yet. This is PRX offloading everything at their disposal now. Locked down, drop down. But a plant down without any problems. Fnatic going to be retreating. Crashes in a prime spot.
In theory, Chronicle could actually go for this res in mid.
Smokes up in their face. Kayak barely forwards there. Divide, will he look to the side? There's a res in mid. Bringing these players back, but the Paranoia is already sweeping forwards. PRX, they take that timing and they take it themselves. Striking straight at them. And Fnatic have to rely all on Crash. He's up from the high ground, half on the defuse. Forsaken. Surely he's earned this now, but he's in that 1v2. And Crashes dominates from the high ground.
Crashy, so much experience in these big moments. The last hope for North America in this tournament, and he comes through huge for Fnatic there with his positioning on site. PRX knew that the rest of the players from Fnatic were stuck in mid, and he had to do everything from that high ground angle.
What a run back from Fnatic. They bring it to 6-6. One hell of a map.
Red Bull gives you wings.
An update is required. Financial system updating. System updated.
We will dance to get.
The future of money is here. Feels good.
Back into it as well. The Coinbase Econ report, you can see even across the board here.
Yeah, I mean, and a huge amount of damage done by Alpha, yeah, which makes perfect sense because he's up towards 12 kills. Matched on the other side by Divide, but I think some of the impact that Alpha was having on the attack side, fairly unmatched. Now, I think the game is going to shift pretty significantly, though, here. This half, you heard the Death set it up. Fnatic love playing the retake. They are going to be playing for Chronicle's wall retake on the pistol. That's their normal strategy, at least. And that is the entire opposite way that Gen G, for example, play. A team that smacked PRX around on this map in this half. PRX were constantly fighting, always denying, never allowing PRX any space. That's the Pacific style. Fnatic don't really play like that, so we're going to get a really different game here. In theory, PRX should actually have a ton of room to be able to get onto these sites.
PRX just walking for now.
This has been their style in all of the pistols on their attack side so far. Very contacty.
And the smokes, they hide the intent pretty well. Drifting up through window, a couple of random bullets as well. Fnatic are trying to reinforce this one, they're doubling it up. It's Boaster and Crashies against the bloody world, and they're ready to deliver. Crashies already with quick 2-1s, and now just around ideas. All gone a bit skew whip, really. Fnatic are in complete control.
Jing's smoke gave the game away there. A brilliant read from Fnatic. They knew exactly what was happening. Felt a little too similar perhaps to what's been happening on Sunset as well. All of those contacty plays around the map. Relying on the fact that Fnatic like to play in deeper, more cautious positions. This time, Fnatic choose to draw a line in the sand at Kitchen.
Guys, like that confident. Go like that confident. If they're coming to you, run to them, bro. Just chill these noobs, bro.
It's a good point.
It's interesting that Alpha says that, because that is his way of playing, but it's not the way that Fnatic themselves usually fight. Be interesting to see if his words of wisdom carry through. Boaster, though, backing off instead of stepping up. Yeah. Looking to try to play the numbers and play the retake. More of the classic Fnatic style.
Following those sound cues, looking to potentially take some early fights. Kayak. Shot to the body, Marshall will do that. There's no armor on the board here. Trying to go for that plant down. And going to push this one back. Not quite, it's going down. Slowly being collapsed upon here. PRX don't really stand a chance. Just from the hip. Something classic. Does some damage, but that's about it.
A pretty clean round. Boaster and Alpha, they didn't even invest, so they've got plenty of opportunity here to have a good buy heading into their bonus round. But Fnatic are going to be doing a lot of this, where they're trying to react to what PRX are doing around the map. Trying to stack bodies and get in position to go for that retake. Kayak, though, is contesting as the plant goes down there. You know, Fnatic might have a bit of an adjustment. We've got to hear it from Alpha. But it will be very interesting if Fnatic decides to take the fight to PRX. Kayak picking up an operator. That's come out of the Boaster bank.
Okay.
It's a good job we're not doing the econ report now, I suppose, at the end of this one. But yeah, Boaster, always the selfless leader.
Kayak trying to post himself up. For the support, and wow, something. Eager to try and take down fight. Kayak makes him regret it.
Here.
Shoulders just poking out here. This is Fnatic.
Cover going out.
Pick advantage. Precisely the place they love to be in.
Jing's down to go really aggressive with this Omen. I've seen him teleport onto screens before. Ult into crazy spots. In a playmaking situation like this, down 4v5, you're wanting Jing to step up.
Hunter's Fury pulled out of it. That's early. Crashies been earning his kills and his orbs up through mid. Another lurk happening. Jing is gone. Patman had to delete that turret, and Alfier's right there behind him. Avenging poor Timmy. Devi and Forsaken, you might have got this plant down. But how the hell are you going to dig yourself out of this one? Mistakes need to be made, and Fnatic not in the habit of making them often here. The dart against the back, all is revealed, and Forsaken can't do it all.
Fnatic overall in this tournament are playing about 2/3 of their rounds for retakes, but you see here, they're not all even 5v5 retakes. Finding picks as the attackers work their way in.
Destroyed.
Both from the operator and from the ultimates, applying that pressure and creating an easier retake for themselves. An almost impossible situation for those final two that were left alive. And I think they've got to be better at dealing with getting onto the line to fight Kayak's op. That was a pretty lazy way of trying to get onto that angle. One dart that didn't even land towards back yellow, and something swings at the same time.
Aggro here with a slow orb just to try and deny that belt space.
Both teams fighting for belt space and the ult orb.
Patman, hold on, walk about, Sheriff in hand, he just can't quite control it. Alfia, lucky to be alive from that spot, but still claims the kill.
Definitely would have been a punish on a rifle round.
Now regrouping up, Fnatic have got bodies ready to receive. They can fully aware of this one and how it's going to be landing, but that's a sideways swing. Sets up Devi perfectly.
Placing swarm grenade.
Stinger in hand. Plant can now go down here. They brought us to a 4v4. Close quarters weaponry. PRX are going to be looking to try and take this fight towards Fnatic. Oh, playing offside for it. Fnatic Still grouped towards screens. The rifles looking to try and dissuade any chance of PRX getting away with that funny business. Grouped up together with the discipline. Chronicle, lights out from him.
So dependable, so reliable. Very good reasons why he's the winningest player of all time in Valorant. A win here would be utterly incredible for Chronicle's career, but everything has been the whole time. Crashies did not like the way that he took that fight. Shot bullets at 3 separate people that ran past him. Had to bail out of that one early, but got bailed out by the rest of the team. This is now 4 rounds in a row for Fnatic to start the half. It was dead even as we went into the pistol, and now PRX are going to take a timeout. They've been taking a lot of these timeouts early on.
Yeah, second one now.
Final opportunity for Alex to have a bit of input. I mean, aside from later on if Fnatic decide to use one of their own. But it's got to be so stressful in his position too. They're still just settling into the BO5. It's a long way ahead. You can honestly afford to drop a map like this because you have Pearl coming up. You've got 2 maps that you're fantastic on later, Lotus and Split. But you don't want to squander any moments where you think you might be able to get it over the line. That's how opportunities slip. And Alex has seen it all.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, the rosters, they shift around. Individual players can come and go. But Alex has been there to witness every heartbreak and tried to fix them back onto the right path.
It's going to be tough going for PRX here. No more intervention happening from Alex's behalf. They're going to try and run this one back to do it alone.
PRX have been going for those mid lurks quite a lot. They put pressure on mid right at the start of the round, and they've had Pac-Man try to lurk. They haven't been very successful with it. At some point, I wonder whether it puts them off entirely.
Couple of stray shots there, Sheriff in hand. Already trying to dash straight up. An attempt of a punish. PRX are making this one fast and loose, playing it forwards, risks to be had. This is that PRX of old, and just missing the top of nest. They're timing each other. Alpha A still active here, trying to drop back as well. He needs some safety, and he needs some backup, but something is the one delivering depth. All out to the opposition. There's kills happening all over the bloody place.
Something's got to hold off a double flank, but Jing might be the playmaker over in Snowman.
Still player advantage, not for much longer. There it is, something. He's evened it out 3v3, but for the repeat, all expected. Kayak, 2v3 now.
Jing was
Jing
was begging for people to come towards him, and really nobody has. Jing's positioning was cute, but no one's coming his way.
Yeah, and Crashy's brought back into the fold now. This is feeling inevitable. Updraft dash, Q play indeed, isolating the fight. Forsaken trying to make a go of it now, trying to really do the damage. With a bullet to the back, it's all up to Jing, and it's brought it to that 1v1. Smokes v smokes, Boaster sticking, it denied the chance. They brought that one back from an impossibility.
Really beautiful positioning and phenomenal impact from 2 incredible players. What was going on there?
Okay.
Absolutely bizarre. But this play from Forsaken, again, enormous impact, just what Mel was talking about on the desk. He might not be exactly at the top of the scoreboard, but every kill he gets is huge impact. And he set up a 1v1 for Jing to slam dunk.
Stem the bleeding for now.
Kayak on another pretty aggressive position. The drone designed to try to push him off, and he dips, not giving away the fact that he's got the op.
Trying to re-peek it as well. That's a wide face, something. Lucky just evades the bullets.
Does Kayak take Alfia's advice and refight? Or is he looking to play risk-averse and set up the retake with the rest of his team?
No dash available, it would be risky, just trying to take that timing inside that smoke with the updraft. Quick scope, bullets raining down onto him. Something, though, has been dropped. Chopped down at the knees is what it seemed. Chronicle happy to deal out that damage here on site.
Still with a recon.
And Kayak.
Kayak's op is fantastic at preempting these spots that PRX want to fight.
He's perfectly posted every single time. The dart is a 180. Patman has got to do a lot from this spot. Jing, again, heroics are called for. That's forward. The positioning, they're looking to try and stunt it, trying to stop it. Knives in hand. PRX drawing blood. But again, that repeat playing into Fnatic's hands. The buy. Chronicle already on the defuse. He's got to start swinging and he's got to do it now. It's all safety. Flave 4 crashes, watching for that peak.
These rounds are going to be tilting Alex in the coaching booth, I think. It's just not good enough for PRX. Look, and in the replay, how often they're fighting one by one. Forsaken on his own. That was a bit of a double fight together, but here Patman swings with Devi having no real support. PRX need to be coming up with ideas of how they want to fight together, or what timings they want to take together in the post plan. Because Fnatic are essentially just waiting.
Yeah.
They're not even really scaling on the retake, they're just holding, knowing that PRX are going to run into the more.
A large reveal. PRX are all grouped up.
Well, they've got a massive ultimate advantage in this round, Brent. So if there was a round to try to do something quick and hit them hard, hit them fast, it would be this one.
Fnatic are just giving them all that space again, like you said.
Post-plant lockdown would be crazy good from Devi too.
Updraft over with the knives. Looking for a target, looking for a sight line. Util just comes out swinging, rebounding. Finally, Forsaken can commit. PRX do have ult to their own.
Yeah, my eyes immediately go to Devi, wondering when he's going to try to use this.
There it is. Smoke's dropped down. This is Fnatic trying to make a go. Lockdown's there. Already in. This is Fnatic trying to make a play for this. Kayak. There's no stopping this guy. Disgusting work, but a lockdown cannot be broken in time. Albiedo found himself a pocket, found himself a window. And Forsaken is going to do it all. Offload him with the ult. It's time ticking, really. That point. Found the kill. Running him down, though. Forsaken will be finished. And Kayak on the defuse.
That's close.
That's so damn close. Oh!
Less than a second on the clock of Fnatic. Perfectly execute a really difficult retake. How on earth do they get that into a 5v3 whilst battling through Devi's lockdown? Not sure what's going through something's head here on this peak. I don't think that's a good one, but this shot is bonkers. A ludicrous one for Kayak to be bringing out. Absolutely jet diffing something. And like I said, it's got to be tilting because I don't think PRX are actually playing these rounds particularly well in the post. Earlier on Sunset, I think you could argue both teams were really bringing a good game, but now PRX letting Icebox slip, and this could be Fnatic equalizing.
Kayak been unbelievable so far with his form. Icebox really is his playground, but he's forced to concede that space. Jing forward, sees it onto the shoulder, poster gone. Alpha responds, straight it out, but there's pressure in mid, and Devi still looking through, but finally spotted out. Players need to deal with him, but it's all chaos thrown into the mix. Forsaken and Devi. There with a 3-2-1 swing. Chronicle gone, and PRX still alive in this map for now.
When all else fails, rely on the W gaming. That was a really large swing back towards Chaos. Controlled to some degree, sure. There was a double lurk set up, and Jing went for that same play, trying to get deep into Snowman on an unexpected timing. And this time finds a target to be able to work with. But it was Chaos. I mean, this play, Devi just running up tube into Alpha, yeah, he's just hoping he finds that timing and doesn't get punished. One round at a time. Fnatic choosing to go for a half buy here to make sure that their economy doesn't get completely broken.
Kayak swinging and looking to just draw blood out of them. PRX. They are still there though, Devi. Can sense it. Posturing occurring and a deep push and peek by Chronicle is already anticipated.
Good awareness from Devi.
Yeah. Expecting it all now.
Crashes with a rifle. Boaster might be able to recover one if he completely repositioned, but at the moment, really isolated over in this Snowman spot. Should be PRX being able to pick this one up. 4v2.
Hello.
Tip tap.
Ghost bullet. Not the weapon of choice for Boaster, obviously. Not cleaned up though either, and that could spell problems. Jing pressing forwards, crashes now. He's got that rifle, needs to make it sing. He's already found himself two. Dart towards the back, needs to be dealt with, but double dunk HyperX. Are the ones on top.
Still though, even in that 4v2, HyperX players taking risks.
Sentry.
Gonna be giving Alex a heart attack. But now Alex with another opportunity to talk to the team. And honestly, this might be a blessing for HyperX. Because despite winning 2 in a row, they don't look super confident right now.
No.
But it's the Fnatic coaches that have decided to take attack timeout. I'd be a little bit cautious about doing this, to be honest, because I do think it offers an opportunity for Alex to right the ship that's looking pretty shaky in this half overall. Last 2 rounds notwithstanding. Ults are back online as well for Fnatic though, so Milan might be just trying to drum up a set ult round that can knock HyperX out. A little bit similar to what we saw on Sunset towards the end, where you bring out a set play just to get across the line. And Fnatic do have depth. You know that they've got the experience. You know that they've got one of the greatest callers when things get scrappy in a mid-round. But this coaching staff has also proven themselves. It's been a great run since Milan got promoted to the head coach position.
Fnatic, they just need the one. HyperX, as you mentioned, it was a critical timeout taken by Fnatic. Good time to insert what's going wrong for them. HyperX, Alex will happily take that space, but 3 rounds still stand between them, drawing it to OT.
Jing going for another really deep push.
Forwards, crashes is good. Ajao with a movement still. It's going to be rapid. And Jing's all the way around towards the side. One more TP. Try and get out of dodge there, but committing that paranoia. And Kayak filling in the pieces. Alpha tip Tapman with the movement.
That's huge from Patman, being able to pick off the 1v1 fight against Alpha and trade Chronicle.
It's all over the place.
Patman can't reconnect with the rest of his team to really pop down this Viper's Pit on site.
Just tried to adjust, missing on either side.
Planted.
Dropping it down though into that 3v2 Boaster. Might have just caught eyes onto Patman. Patman tucked up close with Boaster, is wise to it.
He's just trying to delay for as long as possible. Actually, maybe he didn't
Jump
even...
onto the high ground!
Oh, what an off angle.
God damn!
I thought for a moment there, maybe he hadn't realized that Boaster had spotted him, but repositioned into a spot that he was going to be favored on. And this round, I think, again, another reason why I was a little bit worried about Fnatic taking that attack pause. Because Jing immediately comes out of it with a really unexpected way of pressuring these players over towards a mid-split. That recon dart that got thrown over the top from Forsaken. Oh, and the timing here as well.
And this operator, it's critical to Fnatic's game plan.
And this sets us up with a strong potential for overtime. The Fnatic economy is in a really bad spot now. And so, one more rifle round before OT. This play, though, I think huge credit given to Patman. Jing's in a pretty horrible spot there. And Patman has to win the battle against Alpha through Tube before he can go and help him. Take a look at the buy, though.
Yeah.
Knives, okay, huge for a Kayak, but 3 stingers to support.
The rifle and a lot of bolts on top of it. Kayak can't even escape.
I mean, that's insane from Jing just running through, but he has full trust in the paranoia.
That's full aggression. They're not stopping now. The HyperX of old wants to rear its head. The leash has been cut and snapped. There's no containing them. Like a pack of rabid velociraptors. Hungry for more.
You get to see the full gamut of HyperX here. We started out on Sunset with them playing that slower, more strategic style. And now you get the full W gaming. The last 4 rounds have been really heavily powered by Jing just doing crazy stuff on OMEN. And this last round of regulation, at least, Fnatic have got to try to make an adjustment to stop that in its tracks.
And they are all in. Why wouldn't you be? Operator here. Smoke in your face to try and obfuscate. Is the Hunter's Fury that's coming out swinging.
They thought it was another one of those fast hits. Crashies gets the ult baited out as PRX reset.
Conditioning for you. Device one away from an ult of his own now. Slower tempo. Even the ult just thrown into it. Jing obfuscating the intent, but bodies are now trying to form up.
That's supposed to draw bodies away from the A site and make it easier for PRX, but there's still a pit here. There's still a lockdown.
Yeah, there's a lockdown for a lockdown here in this spot. Alpha's ready. Puts it up close to the screens. What's the next level to all of this? Hunter's Fury going to be committed. It's going to be breaking that portion of it, and this has to be respected now. Fnatic, they've offloaded everything to try and stay into this round, but the pit's going to be going down, and crashes out into the open.
Boaster beefed it. That pit, you're supposed to get back inside, and he got detained.
And PRX not slowing down. Still that res brings Crashy back into the fold, back into the fray. Watch Fly up through mid. PRX eager though, looking to see if they can topple Fnatic before they stand and get a grip onto this retake. Pressing forwards, shoulder to shoulder discipline. It's helped so far, but Fnatic need it now in spades. Jing, that extra element. Drifted into the side here, doubled up, and the rifles are ringing out.
PRX grab a 5th round in a row to take us into OT. Felt like an inevitability on Sunset, to be honest with you, but here on Icebox, Fnatic take a timeout and it goes straight back in their face. PRX dial up the tempo, something on a high ground. Jing deep in heaven, getting into aggressive positions, unexpected spots. And even though Alpha, dealt with the lurk, there were too many threats. The stress on both sides. And again, a reminder that when you look at the map pool, it feels a bit like a must-win for Fnatic. Next one is their permaban.
Standing ahead.
Smoke on the corner, something. Glass cannon operator. Opted into heavy defensive setup here by PRX. Fnatic again, you're going to see that caution played by them. Tiptoeing around, a bit tepid, but trying to dissect the map. Going overhead, spots out the jet.
Yeah, spotting Kayak there gives you some decent information. An idea that it might well be ending A, so you can keep these 4 players. The trust they have in Patman, just to hold down B if their read is wrong. But it's not at all. Forsaken with exactly the right idea of what's happening here. Boaster calling for a little bit more pressure over towards B, and PRX, they want info. They want to step up a little. As Boaster sniffed this out, he's calling for Fnatic to reposition.
To the B split, perhaps.
And this is going to put Patman's head on a swivel.
Yeah.
And maybe Patman's head on a spike.
Left.
You're going to be turning up the heat. 25 seconds left, down to the wire. Patman still has a snakebite to try and deny some space. Shot darts in your face. Walls up, same with the orbs. PRX starting to get a bit of a read on this one here, but again, Patman needs to try and deny. He steps forward, blind as anything. He does not know what's going on. PRX trying to even it out. Kayak with a peek, but the plan needs to go down. With no issues further, Crashies commits. They're getting into the spot now. Fnatic putting a squeeze onto these PRX players. They're going to try and clear this guy out. Kayak, he's done, finished. Paranoia up top. Jing, no way! Near-sighted Chronicle may be! But this guy will not be denied. Something's still there though, swinging wide. The operator switched around, weaponry now with a rifle. Time starting to tick in a 1v1. Crashies, tepid, approach, and it works best for him.
Again, Crashies comes up in the clutch. What a recovery in a 3v3 situation there. Boaster calling a brilliant slow round. It felt like Forsaken exactly knew what was happening, but the further the time ticked, the more that Boaster realized and sniffed out that stack on A. Chronicle 2, legendary in that top nest position. And Fnatic, once more, have an opportunity to close.
Forwards, Kayak. Trying to fill in their space here. Oh my god, the pure disrespect. The dash is there. Boaster needs to try and stop them here, but he's isolated onto the corner and caught out wide. Kayak's still there though. This guy is eager to just try and play into the mechanics. PRX not stopping. The feed is filled with red and blood being spilt out onto the site. Tricky task indeed for Fnatic. Walls up and everyone is falling slowly but surely. Chronicle, last one left. 5 bullets left and a swing from Divide. All the confidence in the world.
PRX have figured out exactly what is working on these attack sites. It definitely feels like they're the team that's closer to being able to close this out, to be honest with you. Despite the fact that Fnatic had so many map points to be able to work with, this looks like PRX is to lose because their attacks, the fast, aggressive approach is just barreling through Fnatic. Something, again, that pulls out the operator, and Fnatic, they got an extra timeout to use once things go to OT, and they're going to use it fairly early on. 13-13, and Milan wants input. Every player, by the way, on Fnatic, over 20 kills apart from Boaster, who's only got 7. That's a little bit rough.
Struggling to put up the numbers.
At the same time, though, it does show you that the other 4 players are all having very good performances.
Yeah.
Because all 4 of them have had huge rounds, big moments. And Boaster's calling has still been finding impact, even if his rifle isn't.
That's what Fnatic are leaning on here.
To be honest, Brent, I think you look at the other side of things, and the player at the bottom of the scoreboard there is something. And if he can find one round, just one, with the defensive off, that will right all of the wrongs of what he's been up to in this map. Because PRX have already got the game plan for the attack side, it's working. If he can find a big operator round here, he could well put his team up to a maybe insurmountable lead.
Placing swamp grenade.
Fnatic taking his time to recuperate, breathe a little bit. It's a slow orb that could have been thrown out, but Forsaken, no, he's just, I mean, okay, scot-free.
Yeah, he was playing for that pretty heavily in regulation. Less important, arguably, here in overtime, because everybody starts 3 away. Don't know if you noticed that Nana Swarm as well that was put down on top Jenny from Divide. That's where Kayak's been pathing to almost every time. So they've got a very specific counter plan here. Look at Jing holding that paranoia as well. They know exactly what they want to do to counter this Fnatic A hit.
Primed. Ready to pounce here.
It does feel like these timeouts have been helping Alex and PRX more than Fnatic.
Drone's broken. Deep control towards B. Any posturing by Fnatic is put to an end. And now, eyes set over towards A. Triple face, alarm bell. It's going to be gone. Jing there with a paranoia! Oh my goodness!
It works perfectly. The game plan, absolute perfection.
Cut them to shreds, and Fnatic now left scrambling for options.
There's the op value as well. Divide tucked onto a position that's really tough to clear.
And Kayak is going to try and win that final bullets left.
Spike down.
Mid-animation, Boaster, the captain himself. He's going to right the wrongs of the round, but on top of the ropes, the purest form of disrespect, PRX.
And that was the round that they needed. Every attack round has been going well for them. They won the last 5 in a row to close out regulation.
One enemy.
It's been pacey, it's been fast. W gaming and the train keeps on trucking. Let's see if Fnatic have an answer, because all of the pressure is now on them.
Oh yeah. On their attack side, PRX are sending it.
Revealing area.
Grouped up, deep dark, paranoia. They're making it feel like it's that fast B pressure. And Kayak is taking liberties, taking risks. Him versus Defy finds it.
That's huge info as well. You see Defy on this side of the map, you know at least that they're defaulting. You don't know for sure that they're coming back over towards A, but you know it's not that fast B hit. And look how quickly Alpha just takes all of this space on B.
Oh, yeah, deep push. Mid-round information going to be given up here. The rest of his team, an attempt of a punish at a jump spot. Boaster acknowledged what he was looking for.
I mean, what a decision from Forsaken to try to fake.
Yeah, he's creeping in through the back. They already know he's there. Patman will anticipate it. Bodies out wide to the open. Patman just sidesteps it. Alternating with the movement, but tucked behind Dice. Forsaken is creeping forward. Off of that contact, Kayak. When is your time to strike? Deep dart, dash active, wall up into your face. Throw into the corner, clears him out though. We'll have to use it to disengage.
Chronicle can step in to cover that though. PRX still, even with all three players here, have got a difficult task.
3v4 wars down as well, out to the open. Jing! He's dropped.
30 seconds left.
The Fnatic have found it. Their footing, the foundation. A safety net now, all the pressure's on Patman. 1v3, 20 seconds left. Taps it, looking for a kill, looking for a cheap fight. Again, he's not going to be given it. Snake bite, all the options reduced to ruins.
I respect the balls to go for a fake there. If it had worked, we'd be calling Forsaken a genius. But actually, he just deviated away from a game plan that's been working for PRX. The pace, the aggression, Fnatic did not have an answer for it. And instead in this round, maybe overcooking things slightly. Went to fake that fast pressure and played into the kind of tempo that Boaster's super happy to call against. Immediately, Kayak realized it was a fake. Alpha got quick on the flank, and now we're back to even.
14-14. Up overhead with the util.
Something still going for the operator. Every round on defense has been trying to make it work. Did find a little bit of value with it over towards B. They've got to be watching out for this paranoia again. It worked so well last time for Jing, but he's not really in a spot to use it now.
Cheeky with the positioning.
It looks to me like they're trying to fake that it's only Alpha here on A. You know, he's the player that's getting up, getting forwards.
Lost man with the dart. It's going to be a drone. Fnatic faking like they're taking B control. Looking to see if they can pull bodies to make A a little bit weaker. Soften it up for the take now.
I mean, that's nice. Patman takes contact, which disguises where the operator is. So it could still be on A.
They're drifting though. PRX are losing control. Not a hard anchor it now, but they're seeing signs of life and hearing it on top of it. Nano swarms, detted. All up in your face to delay.
Do they play to flood? Do they play to defend and deny the spike?
Devi is hard committed. He's seeing just the body. He's peeking over towards the top of this row. And we're seeing it now. Paranoia is forwards again. There's a wall into your face. Fnatic have access towards it.
Insane!
It's stabbed by Jing. Fnatic. Vice grip now over towards the site. And it scraps on the floor that Patman has to pick up and make something from it. Damage done, bullets raining through, but right from the side, Chronicle never denied. Something here, operator in hand, but this is just dire. Oscillating the momentum of this map, happening round by round. Picks up the rifle, but you got one hell of a task, and no clearance again. Time's ticking, it's all against it, Crashes knows it.
Big round from Chronicle, but also a wild play from Jing. We saw the value we got from the paranoia in the previous round. This time, tries to send it again. Throws that out, goes for the TP. But I mean, that is some nutcase behavior. You see, it did land onto Crashies, but just there's way too many people around there. Again, respect.
Holy shit, that's size, bro.
Respect for going for the play, but keeping things simple might have had PRX already close out the map at this point. And a couple of rounds ago, it felt like they were completely in control. Now it does not.
Now it's flipped, 180.
Thing is though, PRX, again, could just go back to playing those fast attack sides. And we've yet to see Fnatic demonstrate they have an answer. Yeah. There's been no evidence that they actually can deal with that pace. But the more that you have to battle against their map points, the more you start to overthink things. And this map, if it ends up being important later on, will be a difficult mental barrier to overcome for PRX if they lose control here. They did such a good job getting to overtime, denying 5 map points.
Fnatic have clawed it back. One more round is all they need to seal up Icebox. Draw us level here in a best-of-5 grand finals.
Fnatic's job is to deny, keep that trophy out of reach.
He's taking a peek here early. It's an operator in his hands. Wall up and over. You don't anticipate this one. It's a classic play, or do you? Heads up play. You're trying to use those walls against PRX. They were born in it, molded by that play.
Beautiful anticipation from Forsaken. Now, the wall does still block Patman off. And Alpha, he's pushed up.
Alpha, you are so hard committed here, but he just spots it onto the drone as well. And my God, man! Does he deliver? Taken out eventually. But he's brought it into a 3v3. Here in the footsteps, the rumble. Patman, there's a timing to be taken, and he just grasps it immediately, jumps on a chance.
And this isolates Crashies. Crashies would have to be a hero for Fnatic to get this across the line.
Put towards the back of the box. Walking forwards here, there's a wall into their faces. There's a game on those timings. Again, Crashies, surely not long for the world. And there it is, Patman from behind. PRX not done yet.
Planted.
A round where Fnatic tried to pull out a cutesy play. And it leaves the caller in a 1v3. He's destroyed at the end. 15-15. Neither team can get a proper advantage over the other and get a grip on this. They're bringing out tactics they probably haven't tried in quite some time. Both teams have got depth.
One enemy remaining.
But things get scrappy the deeper you get.
You are insane, bro. You are insane,
All compliments.
Thanks.
Back up on their feet here, 15-15.
Well, PRX fighting aggro.
Aggro as anything, Kayak though. One shot to the dome, Jing is gone. Wants a little bit more with that dash active. It's going to be used on either side. Something just needs to try and escape. He's got the safety net of Forsaken watching over the shoulder.
And Fnatic back up, anticipating some level of aggression elsewhere around the map. Alpha almost got an opportunity to pick off Patman in mid with that attack up. And Patman is not going to go for it again. PRX are anticipating a re-hit here, and that does look like the idea here.
Just cautious for now, though.
And Fnatic always with these opportunities to pivot back to Boaster. Boaster's done a very good job in this map of just applying options, giving himself options to work with. His is the more passive role, just making sure nobody pushes out of B, and once again, Patman is asked to do so much.
On a knife's edge here, on top of the wall, it's a dart. Trying to take this timing pass. He's going to try and push forwards. Take the fight to it. There's an orb in the face of these players. Wall up now on top of it. Creeping forwards already.
He caught this timing before.
Wall up though. Surely it's going to be watched for. Spam happening, occurring. Popping up on towards the top! Alpha! How the hell do you land that one? Spike planted. Best scenario you could really hope for if you're Fnatic in this spot here. Again, Alpha, shoulder, peeking out. Taken out. Deep down against the back. Prime's ready and finally let loose with the slow orbs. You can see that 3-2-1 with a swing. Timing to be taken. Something's on the flank. Already ripping his way all the way past. Needs to be taken out. Something. He's found it. Dash back already. But the time is ticking away. 2 bullets. And 2 bullets. 2 players. Not enough to get it all done.
Fnatic again with a really solid round to put themselves up once more. So many opportunities to close this. The timing that Patman tries to take, he was rewarded for it previously. This time though, not focusing on the planter, seeing if he could catch a player that was looking to defend and failed. Forsaken pulls out the Odin to try to deny the orb, the wall perhaps?
Second guessing it.
Yeah, decides not to go for it in the end.
Down again. Jing TP's forwards. This is it. Fnatic trying to lock in, trying to step up to that task that's ahead of them here.
And there's the player that's been driving the train forwards. The engine power was coming from Jing in all of these fast attack rounds. Now something has to step up an entry. Dash already popped.
And Kayak's still here. Put over towards the top there, just spotting it out, and the damage done something. 1 bullet to the chest is all it takes for Fnatic. They can feel it. Energy here on their sides. 3v5, it's all contact called for here by PRX. They're hoping there's an overextension. Never in a million years, though. Fnatic are always going to be disciplined. Snakebite up and over. Dodged and juked the down towards the back to buy. He's to land these shots. There's no freebies handed to him. Fnatic just bite it out.
They're always expecting PRX to be the ones making the play. The time is going to be ticking here for Fnatic, though. They've got to go at some point.
Double face up towards the top. Patman reveals his hand with a snakebite drop down on top of it, and this is it. Fnatic never denied it. Hard going all the way through, but they have made it even.